Adin Ross has to be one of the most polarizing streamers. People either love him or hate him.
I love you.
No, look at me when you say that.
That's great. Hey, listen, at least I'm self-made and I didn't have to beg Andrew Tate for every single part of my career.
I mean,
so.
But due to different controversies, people question his morals. But what cannot be questioned is how much Adin Ross has had an impact on streaming. Adin went from playing NBA 2K.
I'm gonna be showing you guys the fastest method right now we have to hitting 9 overall.
To interviewing fake Kim Jong-un to the real Donald Trump. According to Jinxie, Adin changed the just chatting streaming section forever.
To be honest, bro, Adin is the one who made streaming mainstream. Before Adin, it was just like, oh, you have to blow up on like Fortnite. But like he was like the first ever like just full camera, like big just chatting streamer, if you remember that. Like a lot of streaming was just have a game on and then you're playing in the bottom left, or like have a video on, you're in the bottom left. But like he is the first streamer to like turn it into something different where like you can have like guests on and have like a fucking rapper on. Like he did like completely change streaming like forever.
His streams also inspired a lot of people's favorite streamers today to become streamers.
Yo, never believe me when I say this, but Adin was my biggest inspiration, bro.
Really?
Yes, bro. Adin's the reason I started streaming, because I thought streaming was for dorks. I thought it was lame as thought you go on that bitch, play games. I never, ever had Twitch. And then he did a stream with Lil TJ, and I'm like, hold on, you can do other besides just gaming on here.
That's tough.
And then I realized, and I'm like, wow, bro, I want to do this.
His viral moments cast a shadow over his generosity, not just to random people, but those who are close to him, as he can be seen blessing his friends with apartments, 2 expensive watches, and large sums of money. But no good deed goes unpunished. Last year, Adin alluded to someone close to him trying to sue him.
Being sued by like people that like I was like, damn, like that's family, you know? And that I've done a lot for. So it is what it is. Everything's gonna come out. So it's fine. I'm not even tripping at all. I mean, chat, y'all can put 2 and 2 together all you want, bro. I'm not gonna say anything, bro.
Fans quickly figured out that it was his longtime bodyguard, Ant, aka Anthony Nails. That's who Adin was talking about.
Reasons we can probably guess that it is Ant is because Adin responded to this message by this guy in the chat. You better take back his Urus, which Adin gifted him a Urus, which you could see in this picture. So
while I could find no proof of Anthony suing Adin, I was able to find proof that Adin was suing Anthony Nails, but not for what you think. Looking at the cover sheet, the lawsuit was filed August 15, 2024, and the amount demanded suggests Adin Ross is looking for more than $35,000. Examining the lawsuit, Adin Ross has hired 3 lawyers and he's looking for declaratory relief. Declaratory relief, also known as declaratory judgment or declaration, is a legal procedure that allows a party to request a court to make a statement about their rights to the existence of facts or a principle of law. Adin wants the courts in this lawsuit to specifically confirm 2 different facts, but we have not gotten there yet.
People don't change, they just take their masks off. Defendant Anthony Nails is someone that plaintiff Adin Ross grew to deeply trust. Nails was Ross's personal security guard, confidant, and an individual with whom Ross believed had his back and best interest at heart. However, as time went on, and Ross grew to learn more about Nails, the cracks in this facade began to show. Ross has learned that Nails' only interest was himself, and his desire to extort Ross. In truth, Ross's confidant was nothing more than a swindler and ex-con who, while posing as a security guard, lacked the necessary license to hold such job distinction and lacked the legal right to carry the weapons he often bragged about and brandished. Nails went to great lengths to create a familiar and reassuring presence. As the parties' relationship grew, Nails constantly turned the topics of their daily interactions into gambling wagers, from what team was going to win the next basketball game to coin flips. Nails now contends that Ross must pay him for these friendly gambling wagers. Perhaps even more laughable is that Nails contends that he is owed back pay based on a fictional employer-employee relationship with Ross.
What's unfortunate about this is Anthony Nails gave this speech when Adin not only blessed him with a Lamborghini Urus, but Adin gave his whole family over $100,000 during Nails' baby shower.
I'm gonna tell you right now, look, I done worked with a lot of people, bro, and I mean this from the bottom of my mother soul, man, and I hope everybody see it. You know what I'm saying? If I have to call names, I'll call names. They ain't most solid. They might be older, but they definitely ain't most solid.
Thank you, bro.
Everybody said they was gonna come through. They didn't come.
The lawsuit talks about how Adin gained his popularity, but that popularity came with people whose sole desire was to take advantage of him, including Nails, a criminal who was only out for Ross's money. The lawsuit explains as a result of Adin Ross getting swatted numerous times,
There's a SWAT team at my house right now, bro.
he was advised to hire protection due to online threats and his address being readily discoverable.
In or around January 2022, Ross was introduced to Anvil Elite Protection, LLC, which held itself out as a dependable and legitimate security company with the proper security licensing. AEP stated that it could provide a security guard services through Nails and that he would be reasonably available and use his and AEP's expertise in protecting Ross. This included personal protection and remaining up to date on any online threats that were occurring at the time. In turn, Ross agreed to pay AEP for its and Nails services by paying AEP's invoices when billed. From 2022 through 2023, AEP and its employee Nails went to great lengths to create a familiar and reassuring presence around Ross and his friends and family. Ross grew to trust Nails so much that he directly paid AEP on average between $20,000 and $25,000 per week for Nails' security guard services. Ross trusted Nails so much that on June 5th, 2023, as a token of Ross's appreciation, Ross purchased a $250,000 plus Lamborghini SUV known as a Urus for Nails. The YouTube episode was entitled, "I Bought My Best Friend a Lamborghini."
I promised you this car when we first started working together, and now you have it, bro.
You would think making over $100,000 a month in a Lamborghini would be enough for some type of loyalty. Wrong.
During his time with Ross, Nails learned about Ross's playful and comedic jokes, which included eccentric and controversial live streams. As the party's relationship grew, Nails constantly turned the topics of their daily interactions into playful gambling wagers. For example, when Ross watched a basketball game, Nails would goat Ross into making a wager. When Ross was playing sports, Nails would bet Ross on the winner. Nails even tried to make wagers over coin flips. Being a man of his word, Ross even paid Nails for some of these joke wagers. Unfortunately, AEP and Nails harbored a deep and dark secret. Nails has a troubled past, marked by multiple misdemeanors, a sham limited liability company, and AEP held no actual license for Nails to be acting as a security guard. Ross was Nails' next mark, and Ross quickly fell for Nails' scheme, which was first revealed after Ross fired AEP and Nails in 2023 because AEP and Nails became unreliable. While Ross understood the aforementioned joke wagers to all be friendly, brotherly jokes, apparently Nails was taking notes and scheming to threaten, extort Ross in the future if Ross did not pay him for the joke wagers. In California, such wagers, if even real, would be illegal. Nails falsely contends that Ross owes him an exorbitant amount of money for their joke wagers. Perhaps even more egregious, Nails now falsely contends he was Ross's employee and is owed back pay, even though Ross, 1, hired AEP for Nails' security guard services, 2, was invoiced by AEP for Nails' security guard services, 3, hired AEP based on its representation that it had the required license for Nails' security guard services, and 4, both AEP and Nails failed to disclose the extent of Nails' criminal and fraudulent past. Enough is enough. Ross seeks declaratory relief by this court that he does not owe Nails money for the joke gambling wagers, and Nails was never Ross's employee.
This means that Adin must have been contacted about some debt owed to Nails or AEP. Otherwise, I don't think Adin files a lawsuit. What is really messed up is that in one incident, Nails saved Adin Ross's life.
Actually saved my life. I'm not even joking. All jokes aside, he's actually saved my life like many times. I was at a Wingstop and it was in a really bad neighborhood. We get to Wingstop. He finally pulls up like 5 minutes or some shit later. Like, he's like, damn, you should have told me where you were at, like blah, blah, blah. And then a guy walks in who appears to be homeless, but he's not homeless. He just appears to be homeless. And I thought he was homeless. Aunt looked at his shoes. He has like brand new Jordans on. He said, hey, can I get a water cup? And walked outside. He's basically scouting, probably like a scout. He walked outside. Then a couple minutes later, a guy came with a backpack who was picking up an order. He walks in and, picking up his order because he knows we're about to leave. And then we're about to walk outside. And the guy with the backpack is right behind us and he starts reaching in his bag like this. But Aunt and Will already had their guns out. They're already on that. They're on their shit. So they already had their guns out. The guy quickly saw it and just like dipped.
The lawsuit was filed in California because that's where Nails lives. When it comes to the facts of common to all causes of action, it mirrors what was previously discussed with a couple of few new facts. When Adin Ross was swatted in 2022, Nails was carrying so many weapons that police were concerned about the amount of weapons Nails was carrying, not that Nails did not have a license to carry even one gun, or that he was not licensed as a security guard at all. How did the cops not ask for his credentials, considering it was California, which is hard on firearms?
In fact, in or around November 2022, during a live stream, Ross's home was again swatted while Nails was present. As the police arrived, Ross was concerned that Nails would be arrested for trying to protect Ross and his property. While Ross had heard some rumors that Nails had previously had some trouble with the law, he would not find out the extent of Nails's history until after Ross terminated the services of AEP. At all times, Ross was informed and believed that AEP and Nails retained a license to carry such weapons. It was not until years later that Ross discovered that it was in fact illegal for Nails to carry a single weapon. First, he was not licensed security guard. Second, he had no license to carry a concealed weapon.
Now, this is a huge liability if Nails ever used a firearm in defense of Adin Ross.
As time progressed, AEP and Nails grew increasingly unreliable. Both AEP and Nails became non-responsive, would show up late, or not show up at all. On one specific instance, Nails did not show up on a very important date because Nails claimed that his phone was supposedly broken, so he overslept. Ross learned shortly thereafter from a mutual friend that Nails' phone was not broken, but rather Nails had overslept because he was out late at strip club the night prior. Thereafter, Ross informed AEP that he had to terminate AEP's services. Nails became irate and began demanding payment on the friendly wages.
God damn, as soon as he get fired, he like, yo, you owe me all this money.
Unbeknownst to Ross, after terminating his relationship with AEP and Nails, Ross looked further into Nails' background. Ross learned that Nails and AEP had also failed to disclose the extent of Nails' criminal history. Nails had a significant criminal history background, including but not limited to charges for carrying concealed weapon, obstruction to officer, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and public drunkenness. Ross also learned that AEP was not a licensed security guard company, as was required in California. This was also likely why Nails was not allowed to carry a single gun, let alone the multiple he had when the police showed up during the swatting. Nails also later contends that he was Ross's employee and is owed back pay, even though Ross hired AEP for Nails' security guard services. 2 was invoiced by AEP for Nails' security guard services. 3 hired AEP based on its representation that it had the required license for Nails' security guard services. 4, both AEP and Nails failed to disclose the extent of Nails' criminal and fraudulent past. Under California law, gambling bets are illegal. A court may not involve itself in resolving a dispute arising out of a gambling transaction.
Nails must have been hurt losing what was likely his highest paying client he ever had, especially someone as generous as Adin Ross seems to his friends. I could be wrong, but Nails must have been used to the money that Adin was paying, and when the money stopped, his true colors showed. Now, during a recent live stream, Adin had Will on, who was part of Adin's security team, that also exposed Nails' fraudulent past.
See, and you ain't nothing but a big liar, bro. I'm highly disappointed in you, bro. You broke everybody's heart. Bro, come on, bro. Stop with the cap. Adin loved you, bro. He done right by me and you, bro. He did right by you, man. Why are you lying? I had nothing to do with you getting fired. You fired yourself because you're unprofessional, bro. And you don't have permits. You just stay lying, bro. Everything's an excuse for you.
As far as the Nails suing Adin allegations grew, Nails would respond denying the lawsuit allegations.
According to Adin, bro, you suing him. That's cap. That's cap. Come on, man. Come on.
Now, to be fair, I did not find a lawsuit of Nails suing Adin, but there has to be a strong possibility he threatened to sue him. Now comes the first cause of action, where he explains that Nails believes he's owed an unquantified amount of money for his gambling bets. Ross would like the courts to declare that he and Nails have no contractual relationship, and any alleged contractual relationship they had is unenforceable, and Ross has no obligation to pay Nails any gambling debt. The second cause of action mirrors the first, but this time Nails must have told him that he worked for him personally and owes him money. In response, Adin would like the court to conclude that an employer-employee relationship was never established, therefore Adin does not owe him any money. Lastly, he would like his lawyer fees. It's really sad to see Adin lose someone who was there with Adin through his highs and his lows. From what the outside looking in, I would say Adin really cared about Nails.
What made Ant stay when you could not pay him for like 2 months? I literally didn't pay you for 2 months and you stayed. So why? Why did you stay?
It's one of them instances where clients become family. You know what I mean?
I'm about to cry.
It went beyond the money.
But I digress. At the time of this recording, Nails has not been officially served this lawsuit, and if he is, I doubt he will respond. Reason being, any response to Adin's lawsuit other than agreeing with Adin not owing him money for gambling debt or owed wages would confirm that he is indeed trying to extort the godfather of his daughter. I wonder if that's still the case. As far as future updates, Adin Ross and Anthony Nails have a case management conference set for December 23rd, 2024. Should Anthony respond legally, you could look for another video. Peace.